Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series here at Doran Park. Welcome into Pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Ariel Pinsky, joined by Adam Gawkin and Devin Jarvis. The Braves beat Hyannis in round 1 of playoffs 5-3 last night in Game 3. Tonight we take on Cotuit for a rematch of the Division Championship Series of last year.
Yeah, last year was the same exact thing. Bourne won that en route to a West Division Championship title and Cape League Championship appearance. They're looking to do the same thing this year. A Cotuit team that Bourne has beat 3 out of 5 this season, all of them with Joey Colucci on the mound, and he's pitching again today too, so that should be a really exciting one. Every single win for Bourne this season over Cotuit has been very, very close, so we're likely in for another good one.
Last night, players we saw who have been great offensively all season stepped up. Braden Holcomb 3 for 4. Gavin Kelly with a 2-run triple last night.
Yeah, that's the key come postseason. We talked a lot about how you need the entire lineup to show up. Well, you also need your stars. Everyone remembers the great players who have great playoff moments. As you said, Braden Holcomb stepped up with a bunch of hits last night. That triple from Gavin Kelly ended up being the winning triple because he got those 2 insurance runs. Without it, would have been 3-3. You need those players to step up at the top of the order if you want to advance in the playoffs. Bourne got that last night, and they're going to need it again.
Speaking of the offense, it's gotten better every game, and we want to see it continue tonight.
Exactly. Only 1 run in Game 1, 4 in Game 2, 5 in Game 3. You'd like to see that continue to progress today. This is an offense that's getting more and more comfortable, and against a tough pitching matchup today, you want to see Bourne dig deep into their lineup and not just have the stars perform, but have people who maybe haven't shown up this postseason come out and play big offense. Cotuit's not going to be an easy opponent to take down, and especially this time in the postseason, you need to start getting into full gear when it comes to your offense.
Well, Game 1 against Cotuit will be here at Doran Park at 6 p.m. Continuing with pregame coverage, I'm now joined by Lyle Allenstein. Lyle, talk to me about the pitching matchup. What are we going to see tonight?
Yeah, Cotuit's got Nick Wimberly from FIU on the mound tonight. Just like we talked about with Reese Bowie yesterday, this is a guy who's just making his second start on the Cape in a playoff scenario. First game, just like Reese Bowie, he was lights out during the regular season. 5 shutout innings, 4 strikeouts. He's coming off started the summer at the Cal Ripken League, just under 3 RA, through 6 appearances. And then for the Braves, we've got Joey Colucci back on the mound against Cotuit, which will be his 4th time pitching against them this year. And all 3 of our wins against Cotuit this year came when Joey Colucci was on the mound. Under a 5 ERA, we've seen some flashes, we've seen some inconsistencies, but overall, this is a guy who's been here for the large portion of the summer, and he's been really a consistent arm out of the bullpen.
Last night against Hyannis, 5 errors, 5 walks defensively for Bourne. What do we need to do to clean that up today?
That's just playing complete perfect baseball. This is the playoffs. You know, you got a fresh slate in the second round. They fell behind early against Hyannis, dropping the 1-0 lead, and then they came back 1-2 in a row. But you saw some perfect games offensively, saw some inconsistencies defensively, but you really got to hone in on that defense. You can't win games if you're having 5 errors, especially 4 from Braden Holcomb, who's been pretty clean this whole year defensively. And then, those walks, we talked about how good the pitching was yesterday, but, leaving runners on base, you give a talented team like Cotuit bats and opportunities to score with runners in scoring position, might not work out for them.
Well, thanks for joining me, Lyle. Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series will be at 6 p.m. here from Doran Park. Ariel Pinsky now joined by field manager Scott Landers. First of all, Coach, congratulations on advancing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This last series, you guys started behind. You had to crawl gritty wins to get back to winning the series. What do you do to make sure the team gets ahead this series?
We got to play good baseball. We didn't, I tip my cap to Hyannis because they played, a good series against us, and Mitch does a really good job for them. Yesterday we kind of escaped with a win. We had 5 walks, 5 errors. Usually don't win games like that, but we did, and we got to come back today and do all 3 aspects in a really well fashion.
Yeah, you mentioned it a little bit. You guys won the regular season against Cotuit 3-2, but they were close games. How important is it to play complete, clean baseball today?
Yeah, we really have to play complete. They had a day off yesterday. They didn't have to go as far into their pitching as we have. We got enough guys, so we got to play all 3 aspects. And we didn't play it defensively yesterday. We got to step up. Again, they got a good club. They played us tough all year, so. Now it comes down to today, tomorrow, and hopefully no Game 3.
And you saw really strong pitching yesterday, though. What do you want to see from Joey Colucci today on the mound?
Just get ahead, throw strikes, and let us do what we do behind him. Use all three of his pitches, 4 of his pitches, but just pound the zone and compete.
Well, thanks. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.